Well, it's busy outside Luthuli House. That's the head office of the governing ANC. Disgruntled members from the Roodepoort branch want one of the names submitted for the upcoming local elections to be removed. eNCA fellow anchor and reporter Masego Rahlaga is outside Luthuli House, joining us now on the Midday View. Masego, good afternoon. What can you tell us about this protest, this latest protest around this member from the Roodepoort branch of the ANC?
Well, Dan, they have already left. Unfortunately, the police had to come and ask them to disperse because it looks like they didn't actually make an application or use proper channels to make the application to come and picket. So they left already at around 1:30, and they all went their separate ways. But what they're basically saying, Dan, is that there is a certain ward councillor of Ward 127 in Roodepoort that they have voted for as the people of that community. They say that they are supporting the ANC for endorsing that person. At the same time, they're saying that there is obviously a factional group that came to Luthuli House yesterday. This is the explanation that we're getting from them. That came to Luthuli House yesterday to try and get that person's name removed from the candidate list. And they are saying it's because he was arrested in connection with the insurgents that we saw a few weeks ago, the unrests that resulted in over 300 deaths and a lot of people losing their jobs. So that's what they're saying that they were responding to, because they're saying that they support this person. The allegations that were leveled against him are being leveled against him to the police by the same people who seem to have a problem with him being the councillor-elect of that particular ward. So this is what we're obviously hearing from them. We didn't expect them here. When we saw them earlier, Dan, we thought that it was those staff members who decided to stay away from work because of their salaries not being paid for about 2 months now, going on to 3 months. But here is one of the community leaders from that area in Roodepoort explaining exactly what they were here for.
Comrade Keketabane, as you would know, that he was arrested, and his arrest came to us as a shock, you know, and after investigations were done, it was discovered that people that actually are witnesses in the same case are the same people who are contesting the same, you know, processes of the ANC to become councillor elects. However, what was disappointing is that the same people are the same people that have been disrupting processes of the organization. We held 3 consecutive meetings that are called PGMs, meetings that were in nature originally the processes of producing those councillor candidates. The one was on the 12th, the first one, which was disrupted by the same group that called themselves members of the ANC that was here yesterday. On the 19th and the 26th, the same group disrupted those meetings, and those meetings were corroding to our disappointment. So we were very much shocked to learn that they themselves are the ones who came here to object when they had an opportunity and ample time to contest in the processes. Internal processes of the ANC are free and fair and democratic in nature. They should have contested there, you see, but they opted not to. Instead, they opted to politically conspire against him to get him arrested.
Thank you very much.
Masego, before we let you go, the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, Jesse Duarte, has had some things to say. I mean, there's a lot of stuff currently happening in the governing party, including that protest that took place earlier around salaries.
That's correct, Dan. So Jesse Duarte, the Deputy Secretary General of the party, has sent out an invite through the party's spokesperson, Pule Mabe, for journalists to come to Luthuli House today, and that's where we are. She's briefing the media and in turn the nation at around 3 o'clock to respond to that deadline, that candidate list deadline that was extended on Monday by the IEC. Remember, the IEC had a 5 p.m., so close of business deadline for those candidate names on Monday, and it had to extend that to 9 p.m. For parties such as the ANC who were not ready. Some of the reasons why the party was not ready was because of the payment of staff, but also because we saw those protests earlier this week, Dan, with some areas in the city of Tshwane particularly unhappy with the candidate lists that have been handed in by the ANC in that province and in some of the wards there. So we're expecting her to brief us on that and the fact that they're looking for another extension, it seems, to be able to finish off their candidate list.
Okay, thank you very much, Masego Rahlaga. We'll have to wait and see what the ANC will be talking about there in relation to their preparation for the local government elections.